Well, good morning. How is everybody? I haven't seen you in forever. Ocean, 26 months. Look at that Ocean over here for 26 months. Good morning, Tater. Good morning, Ocean. Look, I'm all strung out. I got psoriasis on my face and I got sick again. You know, that's how we roll. Am I good? Yes, grab coffee. Let's chat. That's all we're doing over here. There's so much stuff going on. There's like, what happened last night? I fell asleep. Time does fly, Ocean. I saw, I saw a post. Like I've been playing on my Instagram lately. I don't post often. Hi, Mr. Ella. I don't post that often on Instagram, but I do, like, I'll do my Pinterest and my Instagram. That's where I'm, like, scrolling. Hi, Brad. Good morning. Brad's over there working out, putting up pools. I see that my stepmom posted something about my niece and nephew. Now I'm not close with them too much. I'm like, I love them. My niece went to school for hygiene. She's she's over there graduating hygiene school. I was like, what the? Hi, MK. Good morning. I said, oh my word, what a time to be in hygiene too, because you set the rules. Hygienists are in such high demand. She can pick up shifts. She wants to work on a Monday. Pick up the shift, go in, do your thing, get out, and they get paid way more money doing temp work. I'm so proud of her. I said, "There's another tooth fairy in the fam." I was very proud. I couldn't believe it. And then I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, where the hell did time go? Like they were just babies. Oh my word, it's crazy. So we have a couple of questions in the chat today. And Mr. Kazi, he's doing dual work. You all know that it's him down there doing it. So I'll say it now, and then I'll say it in the middle of whenever, but everybody starts to roll in. But tonight we're gonna do a couple questions. 7 o'clock. We are going to the 27. Look at that Tater. Tater and Ocean. Jarella's been here since the beginning. Oh, thank you, MK Bitalante. Good morning. So, Mr. Kazi is back on the Murdaugh trial and wants to talk about the updates. Now, hi, Stephanie. Yes. Good morning, Corey. Welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're well. So he wants to talk about the Murdaugh trial, Murdaugh, whatever. Now, I was working at that at that office that I was seeing like 200 people a day. So I wasn't able to listen to the trial. So I'm going to catch up while I do my prep work today on, like, I know what happened, and all that stuff, but I don't know about the update. So I'm going to catch up while I'm doing all of my prep for Dindins, and we'll see see what he like uncovered. And I know that that was like a major trial, and everybody, if you guys don't have anything to do tonight at 7, hop on by. He'll be talking about that. So I set up the link and all of that. I set up the stream, so we're good. What? Lil's coming in here speaking all day. I can't speak English this early in the morning, and it's earlier for you girls over there. So anyway, if you guys can, we'll be there tonight at 7. Thanks, Lilith. Now, listen, my glasses are filthy. I gotta clean my glasses. I feel like a 4-year-old. Feel like a 4-year-old when when my glasses are all spotty and they got like how do your glasses get dirty? We're adults. We're not playing in the mud. And what is on there? Oh my word, there's like no wonder I couldn't see. I got like something cheese and crackers. It's like sticky on there. Can't see a damn thing. I could just see you guys moving. Can't see it. So if you want to say something, you want to call me names, now's the time because I can't say it. I got updates, personal updates. I got a weigh-in coming up. All right, what you say about me? I just said same lovely. I'll be there, but busy getting ready for mom and grandma visiting. First time new house tomorrow. You're having a house party? I leak on mine when I work in the garden. Well, Tater, I can understand, like, if I'm cleaning and, like, the drips of sweat get on there, that is acceptable. But what just I took off my glasses, I have no idea what the hell that was. But whatever. Whatever. I can see now. So Stephanie's gonna have her first. How is it going? You got all the rooms set up. Did you have did you cheers with your husband in a room? I need to know that. You're in the beginning, the process to your weight loss surgery. Any advice? Tons. Tons of advice. First, let me do my weigh-in. So last week, while we were dealing with all the nonsense, I said I'm jumping on the scale. And yes, Lady Autumn, the scale's still the same scale. But when I went to hi Jersey, good morning. It's good to see you. When I went in the midst of all the chaos last weekend, I said I'm hopping on the scale. When I went to the doctor, I weighed in, and then so I immediately came home and jumped on my scale, and it's a 10-pound difference. So I know that when I got on it last week, it's official. I am down 63 pounds. 63 or 64. One of those. Anyway, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there. The scale lies. And mine does. So I got a nice bottle. Good, Stephanie. That's the best. Oh, Mr. Kazi, I'm like, what is your icon? It's 250th anniversary. Thank you. So with the weight loss surgery, there's a lot that you got to do. Like you got to go through all of the procedures and all that, like every week. I didn't go to the pool last year because every Friday I was at the friggin' doctor's. But it is a head to toe exam, like, you know what I mean? So you will get to see if you have anything going on. That's good. Thank you, Lilith. It's a mental thing. And it's still a mental thing. Seriously, I would get like this. I would not, don't go on like the Facebook groups. Don't go looking at all of them because everybody's telling you that they lost 100 pounds in 2 months. And I'm like, how the hell did you do that? That's not true for me, in my case. And I think it also depends on like what kind of surgery you're having done. Because I think the people that dropped the most weight were the ones that had the actual bypass surgery. I had the sleeve. Um, but it took a real, like, I was stalled. And I was very disgusted and very upset about my weight loss. I wanted instant results after all the nonsense I went through. But it's mental. And it still is. It still is. We took my mom out. Like, me and Mr. Kazi will go out to eat, right? And, like, I know that I can't eat that much and you gotta slow down and all of that stuff. That's not the problem. The problem is, like, when you're emotional, and if you're an emotional eater, that's no longer. It's no longer. This week, I will give you an update on my work, but Tuesday, I was broken. Tuesday, I was broken. I went and picked up Mr. Kazi's prescription at the CVS, and I walked by them damn gummy bears, and I bought a bag of gummy bears. Now I haven't eaten any since, but I did have them on Tuesday, and that's I listening to Rosie and all these girls in the girl world and talking about trigger foods and all that nonsense. That is a real thing. I thought, oh, these girls are just making shit up, right? Because they just, whatever. Slim Kim, that's funny. But there are things like I know I can't eat pretzels because I will just continually eat the damn snaps, and I can't do that, so I don't buy the pretzels. But hi, Burke. But I caved and I bought my favorite gummy bears. And I was sitting there eating them on the way home because I couldn't wait to get, like, I couldn't wait to open the bag as soon as I got it. So I got the bag and I had the gummy bears. I didn't overeat them, but I shouldn't have bought them. Right. So my brother's coming over this weekend. So he will be going home with gummy bears. I may just put a couple in a sandwich bag or whatever. But potato chips are your trigger food? Totally. Yeah. Like, if you know that I will sit there and eat a pound of gummy bears, like, well, before the surgery. That was my thing. That was my trigger food. So if you're an emotional eater, I definitely highly recommend like a therapist. I don't have many like, emotional eating episodes. Not like the girls we watch. Like, I don't make huge portions of like a plate of food, and I never really did, and eat with serving spoons. Like, that to me is just weird. I don't know how they do that. However, I do have a couple of things that I know to stay away from, but I failed myself on Tuesday. So it's mental. It's way more mental than anything. And start practicing getting your water in, because you have to have at least 64 ounces of water a day, and timing yourself. You can't drink half hour before meals or half hour after meals. So don't go on those Facebook sites, because they're all a bunch of that they just frustrated me. They frustrated me. So pissed. You can hit me up in Discord. Kimikaze in Discord. If you have any questions. If you got the Discord, you can hit me up in Discord. You're 2 minutes behind. Grand Rising. Lady Autumn. Do you find blogging or journaling helps? Well, then I see, here's the thing. Like, I was doing that. I started before, and like, the day of the surgery, I told everybody what my surgery weight was. And then I was in the car doing it. And then I started not being able to have lunch because my job is insane. So my girlfriend told me you should definitely take measurements. I failed at that. I didn't take the measurements. Take measurements of yourself, and before pictures, like in every angle, so that you can, throughout whatever. But see, I don't know, like I just wasn't moving, but I didn't jump on the scale all the time. I certainly leave it to Bubby. Congrats over there. Hi. Have to go see my little brother. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Thank you for the prayers and the hugs, Bubby. Love you. I'll talk to you. We have to talk. We have a we have a long conversation to be had. Um, Wondering. I know what you mean. Oh, wandering. Oh boy. I guess I didn't clean my glasses that well. So anyway, MK, hit me up on Discord if you have any questions, because you should travel. Now, here's another milestone that I hit, and I did this last Saturday. We did take my mom out for Mother's Day last Saturday, because I don't do the Mother's Day, like that actual day. There's a bunch of crazy people out there. And my mom doesn't like going out on actual Mother's Day either. So we always do the Saturday before. So we took her out, and Mr. Kazi was in the shower, and I'm like, let me see this bra, because my brows are getting too big. Sorry, Brad, we gotta talk we gotta talk girl stuff. So I've had two bras that I just thought were like the cutest things. I bought them before I bought the house, and they were a lot smaller. And I'm like, Let me see if those things fit. Like, what the worst case scenario is that I just Stephanie's been here for 14 months. Kimikaze, MK. Kimikaze. So I said, let me just try it. The worst I can do is hurt my feelings, right? Thank you, Stephanie, Ocean, and Tater, and Bubby, everybody. You guys are all awesome. It fit. I was so excited. I go in the bathroom and I said, you got to see this. And he's like, there's soap in my eyes. I can't. What are you talking? So I was like, look, I said, I put this bra on in almost 10 years. So non-scale victory. I am way smaller in the bras, so that we already got scrubs. We got 2 scrubs. Now I'm going to have to get the bras. So it's baby steps. It's been a long adventure, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I am getting there. I'm very excited. I'm just really excited that I can like cross my legs the proper way, and like at work, I can have my legs crossed under the desk. That is like my favorite thing, I think, so far. Can you report to your state attorney general? Think about how many others missed what you caught. What did he catch? Because I've been blabbing. Hold on, hold on. People were talking to me here. They don't know Caturday is my coffee break from reality. Saw your post, a card. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's a Mr. Kazi thing. Samantha! Hi, Samantha. Samantha's always in the background. Thank you for sticking around for 23 months. You guys, I can't believe it's been that long. Yeah, baby steps, lady. All right, Brad, I didn't catch up on your short. I don't know what happened with the car dealer. We got to figure out 2,000 added on the final sales bill for no reason. What? Yes, Lady Autumn, they are. And I realized that when I started having those. So that's the thing. In my pajamas, I look like nobody cares, but they're pajamas. So you know what I mean? It's whatever. They're like falling off me. When I was cleaning out my drawers, getting ready for all of this, like all the changes that I was making, I got rid of a whole bunch of pajamas and I kept the ones that were real tight. Now they're like, now they're loose. So I'm excited. It's working. And by my birthday, I hope to be at my goal weight. Your mood today is the best. It's been on months, Kimmy. Yes, I am. Jersey. I think because like the job is still stressing me out, for crying out loud. Now I'm getting psoriasis on my face, right? I'm getting the psoriasis all over my face. I've never had it on my face before. You've been pretty sick, but trying to get your... Well, prayers for you, Samantha. I'm sorry to hear that you were sick. That's terrible. I hope that I'm glad you're starting to get your groove back. So, the job. We all know I told you what he did to me. He wanted me to do that damn addendum because we weren't here last week to catch up on the week before. Told me to do that damn the addendum that he was taking money away from me. And I was, I was out of work. And then when I went back in on Monday and I finally saw him, he's like, come on in. I want to talk to you about like, what's going on. So he said something about the addendum. I said, I'm not signing that. He said, good. I said, what? He said, I'm glad you're sticking. He's like, I'm glad you're standing your ground. He's like, I respect that. I said, I'm sorry, what? Now, I wanted to jump over the desk because I'm like, you were mind effing me. So he didn't take anything away. He didn't take my pay down. But you were sick for 17 days with the flu. I'm just getting, yeah, I'm still going through all of that. So now things are like, there's nothing wrong. And I have a therapist. I've been checking in with her every 2 weeks And I told her, I said, you know what? You and I are going to write a book. I said, this is crazy. This place is just, this is wild. One of my favorite docs, his wife actually got a residency in PA. So it's like not close. So his last day was yesterday. And he texted me and he's like, if I wish you were here when I first started, things would have been completely different. And I was like, I said, I joked around today with the owner. I said, all of my 30 years experience in the dental field did not prepare me for this place. It just didn't. It just did. I've never been through what I go through there. So there's that. Oh, you guys are awesome. Sending prayers and feeling vibes to everyone. We lost my cousin to the flu 2 years ago. She was 46 in perfect health months before. Oh my word, Brad. I'm sorry to hear that. It's bad. And now they have that, what's the new freaking thing? That H virus. I don't want to say too much on here because you know the bots will be like taking us down our little corner over here. They'll attack us first. Um, but and like the one guy that I work with, he's like he's instantly like preparing for shutdowns. And I'm like, all right, let's relax. It was like there's really not too there's a little bit of buzz about this one. I don't think it's going to be like the vid, so let's just chill. He goes, are you a conspiracy theorist? I said, as a matter of fact, I am. I am. I would say come to Caturday and use your cat tinfoil hat emoji, but I don't want people knowing that I do this on Saturdays over there. Oh, hello, Undead Ramen. How are you? Ship, not flu. Coco, you are getting your she's under the chair. She's getting her hair cut today. Truest. That's a good way to put it, Lil. There's all kinds of nonsense going on. But when we get to the royal part, I like his the king's speech and what he said in the speech. The people over there in the UK they're freaking out over what's going on. You feel like crap, it's too early. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, the flu didn't ravage our home this winter. I was surprised. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. That one, like the day he gave me that addendum, I was like sick as shit, so I wasn't really paying attention to be like sassy. And I was out. I was out. I was down. And I'm still fighting it. Like, I got all kinds of stuff going on. So if you're going to zoom in, I got like, most of the time, Lilith, they do. They end up being the true, like, like we're stupid. Like, we don't know what the hell we're talking about. Come on. If you got common sense, then, you just think about what the hell's happening out there in the world. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. So, update on Harley. She's getting better, but it's not 1000% better. But she's getting there. Torella, thank you for the suggestion on yeeting the rug because I scrubbed it down and I took it up. It's no longer there. No accidents. Every once in a while, there's an accident. But she's been using the box ever since. So I guess I just can't have a runner rug. I guess. I noticed the change in everyone. We are all suffering same issues, but I guess I have to keep mum until someone else makes the connections also. Well, that's why we're here. Tell us what's going on. I don't think we're going to have another shutdown, but I did tell the guy that I work with, I said I would totally welcome the quarantine. And he laughed. It is better, Jarella. It's totally better. Why are you sharking me? Just come here and I'll pick you up so everybody can see you. So, My weight loss, Harley's getting better. She's on the road. No shutdowns, never again, no way. I don't think they'll ever do that again. I really don't think that they'll do that again. But every once in a while I do joke that, I'd be okay with a quarantine. I know that it affected a lot of people mentally, so I'm not being insensitive. I'm just being like, a smart ass. I'm never doing another shutdown. No, it was wild, right? It was wild. But to be fair, it didn't really bother me too much because I had just had back surgery, so I was recuperating, you know. I still did what I had to do. I don't know. I was talking to them, right? I was talking to the guy at work who's all like hyper and like, nervous about this whole thing. And I was like, look, my brother works at the cemetery. He's superintendent of the cemetery. Now, I'm not saying that COVID's not real. Not saying that at all. But I didn't get too like frantic about it because I kept my eye on him and he wasn't that much busier. Like, because they had to, like, well, he's going to be flying all over the country to help and all that stuff. The way they scared us in the beginning, I was like nervous, but I had him and I was like, all right, well, you're obviously people passed and I'm not being insensitive, but the way they scared us is absolutely ridiculous. There she is. The tail's in the background. Everything will be torched if they try to lock us up again. Jarella, I don't even turn the news on. Mr. Cosby will be like, here, this is what you got to think about now. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And I make him do all the reading, right? Like, you just tell me what I need to be worried about. He handles the finances, the news, and everything else. And I'm grateful for that. I handle the cooking and the shopping and all that. It is definitely fear-mongering. Definitely fear-mongering. This is like, you're not worked up over the politics, you're worked up over something else. I'm just like, whatever. I keep my eye on Kate. That's the news I watch. I mean, I know that sounds like, I'm like being ignorant, but I just I don't want to get myself all worked up. I got too much going on at work. So we are actively looking because we all know that I can't be like being screwed around Monday through Friday. Just can't do it. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. But I have time. This week, a whistleblower spilled tea in Congress on Dr. F and the lab. Oh, I know, Lilith. Um, I know the everything was popping off last night. I was watching some people, and then like that branch of like that corner that I watch, there's all kinds of stuff going on over there. And I pay attention to Rosie. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm sticking to. I don't want to be involved in all the dark stuff. I don't want to be involved. I just want to listen to like, the tomatoes being thrown at one another and all that stuff. So that's what I'm watching. And then this freaking Rosie. I don't know why. I did not like her from the beginning. The first time she came on, I watched the kickboxing thing. That was like the first vlog that she put, or one of the first. I knew about her then, and I said, nope, this girl's trouble. And then here we are, 250 pounds later. I love how Alex is going to open up size being shady. That's how everyone should be. Allegedly conspiracy theory, in our opinion, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he listens to all the news because he can at his job. He can listen to, he could have his phone on and listen to everything. Me, I'm just like running around trying to put out fires all day long. I just grow tomatoes, no throwing. Tater. Well, I am Flo. Good morning. I know. That's why we stay here and we chill in Caturday, but we watch what's going on. I can't do the drama community over there. I can't do it because Michelle's back, and I can't. I stepped away because of Michelle. I can't go back to being Michelle. Now, Ocean, your favorite creator, is over there causing all kinds of trouble over there in the drama community, uh, starting arguments. But she's also over here in the girl world, and I have let everybody know: do not trust that woman. Do not trust her. She's got 1,800 computers downloading everybody, A-logging them. I'm just going to throw everything back in your face. I was here when all that happened. So I'm just telling everybody, you look out for her. She's not friendly Earth. She's definitely not it. She's not good. She's bad news bears. Moon. Did you misspell that? Earth, Dorella. They call her Earthy. I don't care if like they know that I'm like, she's wild. She's over there like with the Belinda and the and Gigi and all that stuff. You gotta watch her. You gotta watch her. What have you been missing? Ocean been missing game night too. Thanks. People can take breaks from YouTube. I told them like I had so much going on. I want to get back into game night, but I had so much happening, especially with work. Now that things are calming down, we're good. Mr. Kazi, you have a question. You can answer it. Breaks exist. That's my Tumblr. So there's that. But a lot of stuff went on last night. I was like, okay, here we go. We're on a ride. All these people, like, with the lawsuits and all that stuff, I'm like, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it? Because you're doing the same exact thing. That this person is like, they're both doing the same thing. Like, how's it going to go anywhere? Creators rely on you. No breaks allowed. No, I know. It is like, you're right. But there are breaks. People do take breaks, and everybody understands. Corey, it's been nuts. Look, I got myself out of a very, like, God separated my situation, and I'm glad he did. I no longer have to deal with all that crazy. So, there's that. Well, aren't we all, though? Like, we're just watching, like, there are stories. Someone hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you, Brad. We just sit over here and talk about stuff. I'm not going to, like, I barely talk about the people I'm talking about. But, so anyway. I'm going to be bored the month of June because that Aren't You Exhausted is taken off. Good for her. She's going to, like, really do a real family vacation and not be on the YouTubes that often. So I'll be bored, but I'm happy that she's going on vacation. You can handle toxic. So Brad, like, you took a break from that part though, right? And you're helping your friend who came and got you? We went to bed at 1 a.m. and Miri got me up at 7. I'm going to pass away. Ah, but she's only little. She's your baby. She's your baby. She had to go potty? Or she just went to play? I will watch River and Scar. I reckon this is my rate. Yeah, Jarella, I do like Scar's approach to things. She does the long streams, but she does them when I'm at work, so I really can't like pay too much attention to it. So your son joined the Navy. Oh, that's right. Your son did. You're there spending time with him. That's amazing. Um, TBH, I'm not a big fan of the other one. Well, Lilith, yes, you're not wrong with the bras being boring. But the lure on her and the lies she tells, it's just fascinating because like I can't, and she's just one person that puts it out on the internet. There are there are probably millions of people like her that are just everything is her problem. Like the mom comes home early on Mother's Day and it's the mom's fault because she wasn't supposed to be home at that time. The mother's out there working at the friggin' edible arrangements on Mother's Day to make a little side money while she's in this country. She lives in Norway, but she's got a part-time job, and this one just rolls around in her kitchen on a chair. Ocean really dislikes her. Well, she's always a victim. Everything that's just like for crying out loud, go to the damn doctor. Like seriously. I had to go to the doctor and I didn't have insurance. I had to find a med. They have programs out there. I was on a program called Bridges to Access. I had to fill out paperwork every year so that I could get my medication, but I did. I got my medication because I was approved for the program. M-Flow. Her parents are bariatric patients, and I think they watch her gorge because they can't anymore. That's sick. It's dark. It's one of my theories. One of the theories I have. And it's been mentioned in the community too. But I do. I think that, like I was saying to MK earlier, like it's a mental thing, right? And you're like, I mean, I didn't eat large amounts of food. Well, I mean, why is my microsite coming up? I hit the wrong button. You guys are there? You're there? But obviously, I had an issue. Ozzy is awesome. I love when Ozzy goes live and I catch her. Everything she makes is beautiful. Like it's a work of art. I'm like, what the hell does that happen? I sat there and made the doctor that left his last day yesterday. I made them the natural Snickers, the dates with the nut butters in them. I bought cashew butter, almond butter, and peanut butter, and I made like 3 different kinds. I was thinking about her while I was covering them in the chocolate, and I'm like, these like they're not pretty, but her over there sprinkling the robin eggs. I was like, what the hell? I can't compete. They were good, and they were fine. They looked fine, but they weren't as pretty as what Oz would do. She would fire you. Yeah. I like to watch Ozzy, but I don't usually because it's vertical stream. I have to be able to navigate my away from my oh my god. Oh. Yeah, it is vertical. Yeah, she does the vertical streams. I wonder why. Because Rosie was doing the vertical streams to be a deviant, disaster to get more people in because, like, it's the shorts. But I don't think Ozzy does anything like, like with that intent. It might just be like the way she does it on the phone. When you go live on your phone, it's like you gotta choose one. It might default to that. I'm not sure. Good to know, Jarella. Good to know. I'll never do vertical for you. I really like her too. She's so sweet. She's really, really sweet. Any question you have, she's there to answer. Boom, right there on the fly. I was like, you know what? Could you imagine going to her house for a meal? Good grief. She's always cooking. She's one of those that's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it looks amazing. We can call her a brat. And that's with love. That is like you, Jarella. Get us together with our our fitness. Now that Mr. Kazi's back on, he's in physical therapy. We found last week that he had 3 stitches still in his foot. So he had to run to the doctor and have those removed because they weren't dissolvable. but he's in the PT, and it's like, he's not healing as fast as he thought he would. So he's still sore. You flatter me. So if you save it, you can watch it later. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Ocean. So he's still kind of getting himself together. The other day, he went and did way too much. He did way too much, but he did do a lot for the household. Like, he went and did like the big bulk buy-in and stuff like that. And he just had some errands that he wanted, like loose ends he wanted to tie up. So I think he overdid it that day, but I overdo it and he tells me to calm down and then I tell him to calm down, and we're at that spot where we don't listen to one another when it comes to that stuff. Not fun nor fresh. It's not a vibe. Come on in, chat. We're a chill chat. Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't bite. Jarella just lovingly points her finger, wags her finger at fitness. Tater gives us all the gardening tips. Ocean tells us everything that she doesn't like to eat. We are chill. We just, hang out, coffee for a little bit. And then we talk about royals. Kimmy definitely bites. I gotta make that more turkey bacon. I made it last week, and I gotta make it again because he said last week I did a good job. So this week, I gotta keep my eye on it. Yeah, I was nervous as hell. I kept turning like 5 minutes on the timer. 5 minutes on the timer. I'm not burning that shit again. I want to punch a wall with the catchphrases, vibes. Ah, Jarell over there pulling a Teresa Jujitsu. She's like, everybody pronounces her last name. You can watch in real time, but put it in watch for later. Oh, you can watch for later alive? I didn't know that. Jersey, you weren't here when I burnt the bacon? It was as black as coal. And he was watching me from upstairs and he's like, "Don't throw it out." I said, "All right, you can break it up into bacon pieces." But it like turned to ash. It was so bad. I don't think I don't think I've ever burnt something that bad before. Maybe when I was 18 and I tried making cookies, but I've never burnt food like that before. That was bad. Just look at it. Vibing and thriving. Is that what she says? Oh, she drives me nuts, but I can't turn away. I can't look away because I found a crew that like has the same mindset. They finally turned on her, and now I found a crew, and that Ashley, she's hilarious. So it's a fun like group to chat with. It's like fun chat, and Ashley makes watching her fun. So the burnt bacon was intentional. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. He's been doing great. I don't know why he's going to go. Ooh, I guess tomorrow. Like, my brother's going to come over and hang with us. Mr. Kazi wants to grill burgers outside, so I'm going to get a fresh, tank of propane. So that's good. But I don't know. I got stuff I got to do. Fun fact: burnt food is good for upset stomach. Really? I was bored waiting for Caturday, so I changed my brakes and oil change. That's today's workout. Brad, you want to come to the East Coast and look at the mini brakes? Grilled burgers, yeah. I'm gonna make the pasta salad. I don't know if I'll make a dessert. Mr. Kazi's doing really good on that app that I found. The Macros First app, like, that I've been like screaming about since I found it. We are every day we put our foods in there. And he tells me every day, "Oh, I went over and like carbs. I went over." I said, "You know what? I'm tired of the freaking carbs. They only allow me 46 carbs a day. As soon as I eat grapes, there it goes. It's gone." So, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about the carbs because I'm not eating chips or bread or anything like that. I'm eating natural carbs. Yeah, I know. It's not the greatest, but 40 grams of carbs. Come on. There's carbs in cream for like, like everything's got a carb in it. Friggin' air. I breathe in air. It's like, you know, that's some low, yeah. That's what they have me on. And like 60 grams of fat. I'm only allowed 1,100 calories. The day of the gummy bears, I went way over. Yeah, that was a bad day. But hey, every once in a while it happens. So he tells me, he's like, he finds that if he preps his meal, like his app, knowing what we have in the kitchen, and he preps, his meals, he finds that he doesn't go over because that app is eye-opening when it comes to calories, um, that sort of thing. So it is eye-opening if you do it. And if you like grapes, don't get upset that they throw you over your carbs because they will. No, Jarella, I will never buy sugar-free gummies. Have you ever read the reviews on that? Poor horsewoman, she put in Discord not too long ago, a couple of months ago, that she went and got the sugar-free gummy bears. She's in the bathroom all night long. You absolutely love your new Blackstone. I cook everything on it. We just have a regular grill. I would love a Blackstone though. I'm making my ribeyes every week in the cast iron. I just haven't smoked up the house. I open the door and turn the fan on as soon as I put that thing on the stove. And you know what? I'm like, I didn't really, it was not a well thought out purchase. I bought one that has like the handles on the side, like the small handles. It doesn't have a long handle. So I can't even touch the damn like once the whole entire thing heats up. And it doesn't have like a rubber like cuz it doesn't have a handle, so I just got to watch myself. Yes, Brad, a BMW, a Mini Cooper is a BMW. Accurately track weight. Yes. We got a brand new food scale. He's down there weighing all of his stuff out. If I make him burgers, I'll weigh the burgers before I put them in the oven so I know. Like he has an idea as to what they are. But he likes 6-ounce burgers, so I'll always put like, I'll make the patty a 6-ounce, and then Mercedes makes the smart car and BMW makes the Mini Cooper. Yeah, that's what I got. You won't regret. I know. Our grill's eventually gonna have to be replaced. And we're allowed to have one, seasonally. I would do it out there all year round. But, the HOA. Friggin'. And they just told us that we have to renew our pool pass. And they want like 1,000, you know, personal information. They asked you 1,000 questions. And then they were asking for your social security number. And I was like, I'm not doing that to like Bob in a pool. You're insane if you think I'm putting my She's like, no, 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 you don't have to. It's okay. Well, why the hell do you have it on the application? Yeah. Well, babe, I put it like, it's like 6.5 because I account for it to like, cook off whatever. I got you. I got your back. Oh, I thought you were about to say 1,000 for the pass. No, Jarella, if they charged me, I pay 1,000 a month, not 1,000, but $574 a month we're paying for the damn assessment. And then if you're one day late, they charge you $25 on the HOA fee and the assessment. So they're hitting you with an extra $50 a month if you're late. You get a free pool pass. I'm the one that cleans it. Oh, that's right. You got a pool. That's right. I want to get out of here so bad. We were talking about like my mom's. Well, Um, like her boyfriend was there last week. I was like, you can't like not invite him. You know what I mean? There was a time limit put on my mother and everything. And I'm like, it's Mother's Day and I don't get to spend time with my mom and you're giving me a time limit? All right, dude, whatever. So he just talked the entire time. I don't where was I going with that? I don't know why I told you that story. I forgot. I got squirrel moment there. But anyway, you can look up cooked weights for meats and such on the USDA nutrition database. It's less accurate. Yeah, I just throw it on the thing. I put a piece of, I got to get parchment paper. I forgot to tell him that's what I needed at Walmart. Well, I'll have to grab it. They have it at the dollar store. I'll go to the dollar store. I just throw it on a piece of parchment paper and then move on about my day. $50 for Rio briquettes, 44 for the front. Brad, it cost the last time I got my brakes done, it cost $1,900 because we went to the Mini Cooper place. I will now go to my friend's garage. Okay. He won't charge me $1,900. I damn near died when we were told $1,900. I was like, what? And you always got to get the pads. It's astronomical. They are responsible for our roofs, Jarella. They are responsible for the outside of the house, like the brick and the roof and the gutters. We're not responsible for that. They are. But and they do the lawn. Now we got a new lawn people. I guess the people at the like during the winter, the storm, they fired that crew because they used to do our lawn. The company did like they were the contracted like landscaping people. Well, what they did to us in the snowstorm, they fired them and they got a new crew. This new crew, I don't know. I ain't home, so I ain't getting aggravated. Oh, not you on chapter. Well, like Nikki says, don't be a victim of Top Chat. You'll lose your friends. Um, hold on. Turned your hair white. Who, Roz? Your HOA. Yep, they are. What are you We are a single my neighborhood, and they don't do anything for the lawns or roofs. $500 a year. Now I can deal with that. I could probably deal, but what are they doing? If you're freestanding and they don't do anything, what are they doing for you? For $50 a month? I mean, for $500 a year. What the hell is that? Why do we have to pay that? We don't pay a water bill, but I have to pay a sewer bill, which turns out to be kind of like a water bill. They make it seem like everything is like, they're this HOA is your advantage. It's not. When I moved here, it was 232. Now we're sitting at 574. And the damn mortgage, that's half of my mortgage. Riding the bull. Oh my gosh. That was funny. They keep up the pool house, pickle. Oh, all right. So you got like oh, you got a fountain? Okay. Well, damn. They're doing all that for 500 a year? Cheese and crackers. I gotta move south. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was telling my mom. He's like, I was like, I want to get out of here. I want to move. And he's like, when do you want to move? I said, today. We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Eventually. Eventually. She wrote it with, well, I mean, the young ones always have the better balance. I know. Everybody's flocking south. I don't know if I could deal with the summer though. Like this week is going to be in the 90s. I said, no, 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 no. I'm still too fat for that. Like, we're hitting 94 on Tuesday, I believe. Like, we were just 50 last week. $120 a month. Well, our water bill is every 6 months is like 600 and some dollars. So that's average. But they're like, well, you only get it twice a year. Yeah, okay. 94, Lila. 94. I'm not ready for the friggin' electric bill, okay? In the upper 90s in the summer. Well, look at that. That's what. Yes, and Flo, we're gonna be doing a couple of questions tonight. Granny Whisperer usually pops in every once in a while, and she asks about it all the time. So I hope she sees. Like, I made the link for it. Mr. Kazi wants to do it. He said we're doing it, and if you don't, I am. I said okay. I'll be there. It's not going to be like, it's just going to be a conversation. And he's got all of his stuff prepared. He's like, it's not going to be like it was before, but he wants to talk about it. You don't have harsh winters. I know this year was harsh. This year here was pretty harsh. That was harsh. I will. I should. Oh, darn it. What the flip? What the flip? You know who's back, Lilith? We got Heather Colonna came back. I'll share it in the Discord. I won't share it here. All right, let's go here. I always forget this part. Okay, there you go. I made the post. Lilith. Good call. I didn't even think about that. I would have thought about that later. I will be there for a couple of weeks if I can, but I don't. Oh, I got it. You're always you have your mornings. Be right back. Coffee or refill. Go ahead. That is your favorite. I know she's sweet. She is. If Illinois gets a new governor, we will be moving. Wait, Tater. That's if Illinois gets a new governor, you'll be moving. So you'll be moving back, or are you gonna stay south? Like I'm like we're just doing directions. I'm not like, doing like, where you are. But yeah, that's what I thought. You live in the south now. But you're gonna move back to Illinois? Well, you have your kid. You have family. You've said that in the past. Illinois definitely has some winners. I have no desire to go north. Well, I desire to go north for vacations, like Nova Scotia, Banff, Iceland. Those I desire. But for the most part, I don't want to be living in the snow and all that. He doesn't know the terms. He doesn't know the lingo. The girls. The girls. He asked me the other day, he's like, do you still watch that fat lady that eats? Because he knows that I watch Chantal, but now he doesn't know about Rosie. I don't want him to get involved in any of that. Like, just pay attention to the trials, okay? Yeah. Well, I like all 4 seasons though. I don't get depressed during the seasons. I don't get depressed. Yeah, it's a definite like mood change when football's over, but it's not, I like all 4 seasons. So I don't know if moving south I would, you know what I mean? Like, but then Florida was dropping down. So my, my stepmom-in-law, she was down there and they had like Florida hit 30s last year. No M-Flow. Girls. 0 idea. I know. Well, we gotta keep them with 0 idea because then wouldn't it be fun if they were like, you can't just go and talk. I've tried to talk to people at work about Chantal. I've tried, but it just doesn't work. They're just like, huh? I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, you can get involved. You can come watch it. I could show you where to go on the tubes, but they're like, yeah, no, I'm good. He's your army brat. Yeah. That's why we haven't, like, if we go on vacation, which we haven't done in a while because we've been sicknesses and all that, we would definitely continue to do Florida, because his stepmom she's older and there's family down there, so, we'll just stay doing that. Because we have time. We hope we have time. Yes, I do. I tried to get people involved because I need people to talk about. The Gulf Coast? I wanna go, like, I here's the thing, I was telling my mom's boyfriend, like, we I've my whole life, I've lived, like, no more than an hour away from the Atlantic Ocean. I could go to the beach and go down the shore and do all the things my whole life. Now I wanna live on a lake. Now I wanna live in a lake area. Hi, Nico. Good morning. Welcome in. Nico, you missed the announcement. Couple of questions is coming back tonight. Mr. Kazi wants to talk about the Murdaugh case. So we're there at 7 if you want to join us. Yeah, I don't know. I want to live on a lake. I definitely want to live on a lake. That's my ultimate plan. But you never know. We have to find the right area. And do we move like while we're still young enough to continue to work? I mean, let's face it, we're probably going to work until our 80s, like, until my hands fall off. Dental offices are everywhere. It's just Mr. Kazi has to worry about like his company and where he can transfer to. You're going to swim in the Pacific this spring. That's my one thing to accomplish this year. Uh, Brad, yeah, I believe that you're going to do it. Are you going to take your hot tub there? You going to be out there in your hot tub on the beach? I'm following this girl who, and by girl, I mean she's younger. I shared it in Discord because I like Ocean Tide. I knew she would enjoy it because I don't know how this girl came into my like shorts, but she's a diver, a scuba diver, and she lives in down the Florida. I don't know if she said she lives in the Florida Keys, but she lives somewhere down there near in the shore area. She does scuba diving and she knows all the fishes, all the little species. So I've been watching her. It's really interesting. And there are millions of species in the we haven't found all the species in the ocean. It's wild what she sees. I'm like, oh, I never saw that fish before. And she's always seen an octopus and some sea turtles. You gotta fold up my tiny hot tub. Depends on what you do, but the South is river and lake world. Lived on the lake for years, and we loved it growing up. Yes, I know. It is chilly, Jarrell? The Pacific? You got to get one of the scuba suits. You got to get a wetsuit, Brad. I know you would do it too. Keep yourself warm out there, especially in the spring. Like the summer here, the ocean gets warm where you can, like, tolerate it. Like, I wouldn't go in the ocean now. Like, it's 94 degrees on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever that day is that we're getting to 94 degrees. I ain't running to the ocean and jumping in because that shit is still cold. No, I wouldn't get in. Well, I don't go in the ocean anyway, but if I had to, because it is like a natural hero, it takes all of my psoriasis away and then it clears me up for, a good couple of months. If I did that, it would be in like August. It gets like tolerable August, September, and like the beginning of October, and then it goes back to being cold again. The polar plunge, I mean, for a charity, I would probably do something like that. Oh, yeah, I would imagine that up there would be. Lake life, pros and cons. I don't know. Are there any cons? Like being spooky and, at night, maybe. I wouldn't go in the lake, but I would like to look out and see a lake. That would definitely be I like being around the water. I don't go in it. Listen, when I was a kid, right? Brad, story time. We in like the neighborhood that I lived in, uh there was a lake, right? And everybody would go there, They had like a little like it was a big lake and it was like a little, there was a little beach area. They had like a little concession stand. Well, not little, it was pretty big. But it was like a destination for the peeps. Like during the summer, if you didn't want to go to the shore, you paid like, $20 to get into the lake. And they had like you weren't allowed to like go. They had it all roped off. Like you couldn't go too far. They had a little kid area too. And then on the other side for the big kids, they had the diving board and the slide. So I thought I was cool when I was able to go over there. Like when I hit the height, the height, requirement. So I was able to go over there and dive. We got a whistle, a warning whistle. And so everybody had to get into the lake and hold hands. And from the shallow end, walk backwards, not swim. We had to walk until like we couldn't touch the sand anymore because somebody went missing and they thought they were at the bottom of the lake. And when I found that out, I started screaming and I had to run back to the beach because I couldn't. Could you imagine? Oh my word. They were seriously, they were really concerned that this person like drown and we're at the bottom of the lake. And that's what they make you do. They make you everybody's got to get together and we got to go find the person. I didn't know that shit was happening. I said, no, 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 no. I said, next time that whistle blows, I'll like keep my eye out in the playground. Like, I want to find the person, but just walk like an Egyptian. No, that was serious. Like, that was like a serious thing. I was scared to death. So I don't go in the ocean because I'm afraid that I might run into something that I don't want to run into. And then I wouldn't be able to. Mm-mm. I live near the Delaware River. I know what floats in the Delaware River, okay? I don't want to be in the lake doing that. I love living on the water. 5 months at my trailer, Fairy Lake, 3 months at my Grand River, 4 months at Pacific. My husband has to live on water or he will perish. Brooke, I want to travel with you. A jet ski person, like, oh, it's terrible. Like, even like I mean, I can swim. The whole thing is don't panic. Because I fell off my jet ski in the river. And the whole thing is you just don't panic. Just keep moving your feet. A lot of people panic, and that's what happens. It's really terrible. We get a lot of kids that fall into the river because they've been drinking, and it's horrible. Those kinds of things, like, it's terrible to hear that. I had to pull a man out of the lake once. Dummy didn't have a life jacket and was fishing standing up in the flat bottom aluminum boat at a coverall. You kind of have to be, you got to be cautious. You got to use your head. You got to use your head around water. But I love being around water. I do. I just don't want to be in it. Okay, because there's all kinds of things like that. That's your house. The fishes and the octopus are not coming in mine. I don't think I need to go in theirs. It's beautiful to look at. It's calming. It's peaceful. But I don't need to be in it. I'm okay with just looking at it. I don't need to be in it. K9! I grew up on the river. It was a playground. River rat life is amazing. Yeah, we like, in the one town in Manayunk, we had the back the creek. We would like I've been doing like the which one, but the creek had like slimy rocks on it. So that would get on my nerves. Like, I was always like a little like, am I rosy? Was it a texture thing? Oh my god, am I turning into Roz? Was it a texture thing and then now I have trigger foods? Save me from that. Oh my god, I'm turning into a ghoul. It's a texture thing. The slippery, slimy rocks. No. Seaweed on your feet. No. I just want to get and like look. Now I could be on a big boat, like a charter, and go fishing. That I could do. I have fallen playing in creeks at my parents' house, jumping on it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like back to crook. They would go back to crook, and my parents would be floating and drinking and all that. Like they didn't really pay too much attention to what was going on. Like for crying out loud, it was the 70s. So we did. I don't even think we had seatbelts in the car. But yeah, they would take us back there drinking and stuff like that, and everybody was like hooting and hollering. And then that's the first time I smelled weed because my uncle would be smoking back there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, he's smoking a funny cigarette. Why does his cigarette smell like that? My grandfather smoked pipes, like real tobacco pipes. And I was like, that and cigars. So I grew up smelling all kinds of stupid shit. Can we go on a quest to discover Ocean Tide Island? Sure. The West Coast girls got to come out to the East Coast because, like, Key West Islands and stuff like that. Maybe we can find a little one. But Ocean, he found like he do like a little island for you on his shorts? Jersey, what are you laughing at? Me being a girl? Gosh. I gotta start rubbing my nose and like picking at my head. Could you imagine? Could you just imagine? No. My papa also smoked pipes and cigars. He finally quit, but moved chewing. Ugh. It was better. No. No, chewing tobacco is not better for you. No, no. No, sir. That's not better for you. No, no, no. No, no. Yeah, my grandmother and my grandfather smoked. Mr. Kazi, he talks about it every once in a while. Like they smoked non-filtered Pall Malls. So, and they would like flick their cigarette, like they'd have it like this, and then they would flick it that way, so that the ashes went everywhere. Oh, my grandmother would be smoking over the stove what she was cooking, and the ash was this long. I don't know how she kept that ash on that cigarette that long, but I was like, holy shit, it's gonna fall into the meatballs. I mean, it never did, or maybe it did and I never noticed, but she always, and every Jarella, I think that's what drives me nuts about the cabinet at Rosie's. My grandmother, when she cooked, every, and I mean every cabinet was open. Every cabinet, even the bottom ones. You'd go in there and almost get hit by a cabinet. So I think that's what drives me nuts. And then my grandfather would go in because he made the mashed potatoes, because he made the best mashed potatoes. So he would go in and he would start effing up and down the freaking cabinets. Only he used the F bomb. And then he'd start slamming them. That was a wild bunch. That was wild Sunday dinners, I'll tell you. Yes, you can rub your nose, but smack it with your palm. Ross. I have a 5-day greasy hair. I wash my hair once a week, but it's not greasy because I don't put any product in it and I'm not like rubbing on it all the time. And I use really good shampoo, like, and I listen, it's approved by my stylist. So not that I've seen. Oh, speaking of hair, it's growing back. So the gummies and the minoxidil actually did grow my hair back. If MK's still in here, like, don't definitely don't freak out. Well, it's hard not to, but your hair will grow back. No, the cabinet. Oh, and like my grandma, she's gone now, but her name was Snooky. They called her Snooky, and they started calling her that in the 50s. So the Jersey Shore Snooky, I had the OJ. Okay, Snooks was the OJ, but Snooks was the trip. You didn't mess with Snook. There was no messing with that woman because she beat the shit out of you. She wasn't afraid. I saw her run out of the house with a pan and run up to 3 doors to the neighbor while he was sitting on the stoop and smack him in the head with a pan. Now, I witnessed that as a child. She was a mess. She was a mess. We have a passport. Where are we going? You did the chewing tobacco in high school? Beach nut bread. I don't know anything about it. Mallory Square, Key West is on my list. But that this year's California. Tater, that's what's wrong, I think, with society. And I like, luckily, most of my friends, because we grew up like not knowing, like most of my friends also have latchkey kids, and there's like no like participation trophies. Like they actually are, like, you're in it or you're not. Most of my friends have that, like, because a lot of, like, the parents that are like, no, why would you want to do that? Let me know why you're doing that. Like, we were ripped up by the head. Tell them about the serving fork. Which serving fork story? There's like thousands of them. When she stabbed my brother, you tried that, but I never went to school. Okay. Dipping skull is no way now. Yeah, none of that. 100% got and her age jobs. Rent the house out and grab the husband and cats. Okay. The cats, I don't know about the cats going on vacation. What is pig iron? Jarella, sometimes I think like, what does Jarella sound like? Like, what southern drawl does she have? Because sometimes you say words and I'm like, what? That's gotta be a southern thing. I never heard as tough as pig iron. What is pig iron? Like what they say in? You're feral. Burke, I don't care where you are. Up north or down south, I'll go. I'll go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My grandmother, like, there, when she would get pissed off at the dinner table, she would at times, it wasn't fun. She stabbed my brother in the arm with a serving fork. Literally stabbed him, punctured skin. You don't really have that much of one, or do you think that you don't have one? Because I was talking to somebody and they were like, um, I don't like, I say water, and like there's some things that like I say that are Philadelphia, but I don't have a thick Philadelphian accent because I went to broadcasting school and they broke me of that. Yeah, Jersey, she did. Um, but that's like, but I can't, it's water. Like, I can't say it any other way. It's water. You don't sound like hillbilly, but well, no, because there's some like there are different dialects in the South. I do know that. I do know that. Entourage, yeah. I said it entourage because uh, education. It's fine. Entourage. Could you imagine if we all got together? That would be funny. We just have our little copy, and like, we would have everybody, like, we are safe in a little commune, we got everything. We do have everything on lock. Brad, oh, I'm not on top, I'm not on all chat in StreamYards, I was up a little bit. Burke needs you to get the passport. I can tell what part of my state someone's from just, yeah, I bet. Because there are different, like, the Appalachians, they even have different draws, you know? Like, because they're freaking forever. I didn't realize how big the Appalachian Mountains are. Bless you. Caturday live and in person. Like, that would be cool though, because we're all chilling, like, and go in our separate corners. All right, go over to your little cabin over there. A voice note in Discord, yeah. No, because you say things and I'm just like, what the hell is that? But then if you put a voice note in the Discord, you're going to be like, get your ass to the gym, you know? Which I have to get back to. I can tell where in Canada from depending on the, yeah, Canada, you say it, oot, and a boot. Oh, you lost the internet. Cloud cover. No, you're not a bad penny. Texas. Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Look at Boston. Like New York, Boston, Philadelphia. We all talk. Like we all have different accents and we're like right there. But then you go to like Maine, Vermont, and well, maybe Vermont. But like DC, like some people don't have accents, but you can tell where you're from. Oh yeah, you're New York. Like, and Philly has different ones, like Philly, South Philly, Delco, South Philly, and Delco. I would imagine. I don't know about like the Northeast. That's fine, but South Philly has their own dialect, and Delco, which is not Philly, that's like a suburb of Philly. They have their own dialect. They try to be Philly, and they're definitely not Philly. They're annoying. No offense, Delco people. I can't remember what New Orleans sounded like. But then I was also pickled the whole trip too. Like I was in my early 20s when I went to New Orleans. So I wasn't really paying attention to how people talk. I was just worrying about like, oh, look at that bar. They're like right next door to one another. Let's go in and see what that's doing. And then trying, the candy store that gave me the hot sauce that blew my lips. Oh my god, those lips. I think that's why I've never had hot sauce again because of that experience that they gave me down there. That trip. Mm-mm-mm. And don't ever go with your mother on a trip like that. It's like a girl's trip. I mean, I would never do it now. I'm too old. Baltimore, Bangor, Arizona for over 30 years, and I still get asked if I'm from New York. No, Kensington, and proud of it. Mr. Cosby doesn't have like the Kensington. We just say words like for like that are Philly. He doesn't, unless I'm just used to it. Like you get tone deaf because you're like, you're around someone. So you just like, oh, okay, yeah, I can understand what you're saying because, I probably talk like that too. But anyway. Anyway. Coco, are you okay? She's got the sneezes. You all right, baby? You okay? Let me see your face. Okay, you're okay. She's licking lips. Oh, the poor thing. She was just like, she was sneezing. Don't you get sick. She's a man. Take out a loan for her. What happened? All right. So anyway, I'm back. Freaking cat. I don't need any more cat problems, okay? Harley's like she's high maintenance. Poor little thing. Poor little thing. What was I pulling up here? Cheryl Ann? Oh. Come show everybody proof of life. All right. There she is. Proof of life. You all right, girl? Here we go. Okay. Bye. So she's still hopping. She heard Coco. Now she has to go over there and investigate what's going on with her. I'm glad Harley's. Yeah. I mean, she's getting there. She still has some issues. Did you check on your sister? She's okay, right? You good, sister? Don't play these games, girl. Don't play these games. Come here. Anyway. She is getting like it's like a little bit firmer, but it's still soft and it's just I feel guilty. Here's the thing. I feel guilty because it's getting better. So I haven't done the ultrasound, which they recommend, they wanted to do because they did they did the blood work and the sample. There's no parasites or anything like that, and she is going and she's eating and drinking. So I'm like, come on. I feel guilty that like a bad cat mom, but she's like right now it's getting better. So I thought hold off on the ultrasound. And if I have to, I will. But is that being bad? Like, am I a bad cat? Like, seriously, am I being like Chantal? Oh my gosh, I really am getting to be one of the girls. She's camera shy. Just being camera shy. I don't know. I'm keeping my eye on her. So we took a little check and she's fine. I'm getting a sticker for the back of my phone. Caturday 9 to noon. Good luck with my hair. I'm shaking my head. All right. Well, they have plenty of things that say Caturday. It's not like I made that up. I mean, we can do Whisker Wednesday. There's all kinds of cat puns you can do. Are you kidding me, right, meow? Just, whatever. All right, Harley, you can't keep doing this. Like, stop playing games, okay? So, anyway, I have lots of prep to do, so we're going to start to get closing up because we have some stuff to talk about the Royals. Is Lady Autumn still here? Did you guys watch what was going on this week? Last week and this week, we got to catch up on. But, friendly reminder, we're doing a couple questions this week, tonight, 7 o'clock. Mr. Kazi's going to do the Murdaugh trial and do all the updates. We do Tabby Tuesday here. Oh, that's cute. My neighbor. One of my friends is the manager at a shelter. She's the one that I got Harley from. She still manages one of the shelters around here in the area. So my neighbor was talking about how she was Jersey 14 months. Holy moly. Thank you, doll. That's all right. He's wanting to get back on there. So anyway, my neighbor was talking when I was talking to her like a couple of months ago. She was saying how she wants to get a kitten. She's got like a beautiful orange cat. He sits out there. We joke because our boys sit at the window like they want to get outside, but they ain't about that life. So she's like, I feel bad. I want to get him like a little brother or sister. And I was like, oh, you do? I said, well, listen, my girlfriend, kitten season's coming. So my girlfriend's at a shelter and they're always like, full. So She's like, well, I got prom to do, and then we're going away on vacation and all this. So she texts me last week and she's like, can I have your friend's information? I'm ready for the kitten. I am so excited. I even told her in the text message, I said, I probably shouldn't be really excited that there's going to be a new kitten next door. So I can't wait. Like when the baby comes, like when she gets the baby, I want to know because I told her, I was like, you have to let me know when, you get the baby. I'm gonna do like baby shower. I'm gonna get like some treats and like some toys and like welcome edition, like a card. I'm gonna do the whole thing. She's gonna think I'm nuts. But really, it's gonna be my curiosity because I'm a curious cat and I want to see what cat she gets. I want to see the baby. So I'm gonna do like a little baby shower gift. Like welcome home, baby. Welcome home, Whiskers. She's gonna think I'm nuts, but whatever. I mean, I get excited. You know? You gotta be excited about those things. That would be cool. If my neighbor knew I got a kitten and they came over with a little gift bag that had like toys and like snacks in it for my cat, that would be awesome. All right, this is the last time you're getting pulled up, okay? Then the next time you're gonna have to jump. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Are you ready to talk about Kate, you little princess? Your little high maintenance kitten? She's so tiny. She's so tiny. Say hi, little belly. She makes sure Mr. Kazi is on the breakfast duty, that's for sure. She's working us both now because when he was sick, I was doing the meals. Now when I come home, he's already fed her, and he's like, "Don't let her fool you," because she's running around looking for crunchies, right? If I didn't stop her, she'd be Rosie. We'd have to call her Roz, right, baby? Right, don't be drooling. Andre, hi. How are you? Are you staying out of trouble? Are you staying out of the troubles? Nico says hi from all the kittens there. They got lots. They're moving all their barn kittens. Ow. You need your claws done. You need your claws done. Ooh. I didn't want to show you. Proof that I wear one. Oh. Tell me, Andre, are you staying out in trouble? Because sometimes I hear your name and I'm like, oh, what's Andre doing? What's Andre doing? Because you're not a troublemaker. You just like to be in the biz. Ah, Jersey. He was bummed. He was bummed. But he was a good sport and said that the Flyers were definitely a young team. They put all their young players in there. They got experience and that, they're building their team. So that's good. Oh no. Okay, Jarella. Oh, yard work? They did do great. Andre, where are you? Where do you hang out now? Like, where are you hanging out? I didn't know that they got a standing ovation at the. You didn't tell me that part, or did you? And I just wasn't paying attention. Because there are sometimes, like, I'm not allowed to talk to him during the Flyers games, and he says that I do, like, during regular season. I'll ask him like random questions, and I try not to. But during the playoffs, like, I didn't even want to be seen, because I wasn't getting in trouble for talking about anything. Like that man was focused on the games, and I know that the Flyers are his thing, and I tried to stay out of his way. Yeah, I mean, it's Philly. Like, listen, I got a doctor that's like helping us out and he's from North Jersey. And like immediately, it was just like it was kind of cool because like we immediately knew we can break each other's balls. So, I was like, well, where are you coming from? And he told me, and I was like, oh, that's North. I said, you know what? I said, to be honest, there should be a North Jersey and a South Jersey. Like, we should be two separate states because we're completely different. And he's like, I agree with that. He's like, and you can keep the South because you Philadelphia people are crazy. I said, excuse me? He said, oh, you like the Philly fan, like the Eagle fans? You guys are crazy. I said, all right. So now now I know where I can go with you. I was like, what are you, Giants or Jets? Like, because where have they been at? And he's like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Kimikaze, here's my voice, but it sounds like Charlie Brown teacher. Not all the time. Not all the time. Don't you agree, Jersey? That North and South should be our own separate states. Like keep that shit up there. I don't need all that nonsense. Like anything Trenton and North, from Trenton North, South. We got the South. We're good over here. We're good. Does she test to see if she can disrupt the game? No, I don't. I don't test those kinds of things. But if I'm in the kitchen and I come up with an idea, I'm like, hey, do you think I should do blah, 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 and ask him the question. And then he's usually like, the game's on. But I'm telling you, I try not to do it during the Flyers. The Flyers are serious business for him. This shirt used to be skin tight. Now it's like getting baggy. Good stuff, good stuff. Even our state govs would treat the North better than us, finally. You know, he taxed toilet paper. Wasn't toilet paper always taxed? I'm bad like that. I don't pay attention. I need something and I bitch about the price, but like, what are we gonna do? I absolutely, it irks every part of my soul that we have to buy trash bags. We literally have to spend $30 and it's all being thrown away for the sole purpose of going into the trash. That bothers me. I know that I need them. I hate it, but here we are. Florio was from southern New Jersey. Yeah. I still have a sign that says Jimmy Watson on ice. I don't know who Jimmy Watson is. I told you I don't pay attention to the news. And Mr. Kazi tells me, like, I'm like, I just pick up pieces and I'm like, I just make common sense decisions. Yeah, but we got that Mickey person and like Mickey, she's like, that's who's the governor now. What are you talking about, the governor? I know Mickey. What the hell's her name? Mickey something. Just like there's more than Chicago and Illinois. Yeah, some states like you deserve to like be separated from like North Jersey is like it's North Jersey's rough. It is rough. And the people are wild. It's definitely like more chill down here in the South. What do you mean like is because he was popular? Like how do you use political power to sell t-shirts? Uh, People got everything to bitch about, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm yes, I know. Tap, 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 tap. But I'm not doing this. I told you. Come up around the back. Come up and do not crawl up me. You're way too heavy. You're not in the kitten stage anymore. California's that way too? North and South Carolina? I don't know. Well, the girls that are from California, they would know. I guess it is different. Catnip time. I don't give it. No, catnip makes them go, they like pee all over. I wouldn't give the cats catnip. Every once in a while, I'll give them a green olive. If I buy like green olives for the holidays, like I'm having guests, I'll get the green olives, and they do green olives, whatever it is. It puts them in the kitty space. They go crazy over it. I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll give them one of those. I don't think Harley cares too much about it. There you are. We're talking about you. Exxon been New Jersey-based company paying millions in fees, taxes, and applying New Jersey jobs since 18. Now moving to Texas. Well, yeah, green olives with the pimento in it too. Like you have to like it's the green olive. Just give them a green olive, and then they like they roll around it and they go crazy and they bat it around and all that. That's what my cats do. No, all of my cats. Harley, she's not really a big fan. I don't want to get the cat stone though on catnip. I wouldn't want to do that. No, my daughter to try it. Yep. They call it Space Kitty. Hold on. They're non-toxic. Many cats go wild for them because they contain natural compounds, isoprenoids, that mimic the chemical in catnip. My cats didn't. None of my cats ever ate them. However, they should only be given as a rare treat due to the following precautions: no pits, duh. Watch the salt and skip the fillings. Avoid giving your cat stuffed with garlic, onions, blue cheese. I mean, I guess you have to. That's why we have, warnings on hair dryers not to blow dry our hair in the shower, right? I mean, would you give a cat an olive with a pit? It's a choking hazard. And then it says a tiny sliver of a plain pitted olive is perfectly fine to share. If you want to satisfy your cat's cravings without human food, you can also look into the cat safe toys stuffed with dried catnip, like the Munchie Cat olives with rattle and catnip. Just like let them smell a green olive and then move on about your day. You've been in FG Vale's chatting you. Oh, okay. You followed the Murdoch trade. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I got a couple of things that he sent me. I'll spruce up on the things, and then, you know, I'm going to learn details tonight. So I'd rather go in it that way than ask questions as opposed to know too much and I everybody's gonna have questions, right? Or opinions. Questions and opinions are welcomed. Now it's just making sure that we don't have the freaking technical difficulties like we did before. He's just gonna have to get on StreamYards. I don't understand why we didn't have any problems with the mummers, but the whole freaking couple questions beat the shit out of us. I'm not quite sure why that was. Money makes people do crazy shit. I could never harm any of my fam or others for money. Yeah, I remember that part of the story. I don't know. People do weird stuff. Speaking of which, and this is a good segue into the Royals. Did you hear that Fergie just came out and said that she was um in a relationship with the Dids, with the Diddler? That they had a long term, friends with benefits type kind of situation? Ew. Fergie? Now, Fergie was tied to the Epstein thing, Prince William, Prince Andrew, and all that. Prince William, Kim. I didn't mean to say his name in the same sentence as Epstein, but she was he would Andrew was over there with the Epstein, and she was over there with the Diddy. Yeah, Oh, you're obsessed with the whole family and did not miss a minute of the trial. Jarrell, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that. She did. She did. I swear she did. Schofield. Oh, they have a new documentary, Docu-Royal. Oh, that might be something we can watch. We'll save that. Um, Schofield. Is that her name? There she is. Kinsey. Shorts. Yeah. Hold on. I'll share it. I follow this chick. Her name is Kinsey Schofield.
Color me speechless.
A sense of self-entitlement.
Color me speechless. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll snap. What do you mean? Excuse me, Kinsey. What is happening? I did not do that. Why is this? Are they not letting me play this? Hold on, let's refresh.
This is Andrew's story. Sarah Ferguson's secret friends with benefits relationship with P. Diddy.
Can you hear it? Can you hear that? No, she's a creator. I don't understand why that's not letting me play it. It just went mute. Maybe we were not allowed to play it, but there you go. That's what she said. Hi, Chocolate Cake Queef. Definitely a name I never thought I'd say on Caturday. But welcome in, Chocolate. We just like bullshit around here. We all follow the Raws and the girls' worlds, and so you're amongst friends. Not really, no. Yeah. Well, anyway, so she's, like friends with benefits with the diddler. I'm like, holy shit. You would definitely Jersey, don't you judge us on our usernames over here in the girl worlds. Could you imagine your husband's over there playing with Epstein and now you're over here playing with the diddler? It's gross. Like, she's always been weird anyway. But that's her thing. Are you behind, Andre? Andre, you weren't here in the beginning, but I have my niece just graduated hygiene school. Literally this week, she just graduated hygiene school. So, yeah, Jersey. I just peek in on her. I know like what she's doing, but that's how they make their like. Unfortunately, they're doing that purposely because that's how they get paid. I never knew half the stuff. Look, I told you in the beginning, I didn't think trigger foods were a thing, and I found out that. My cats are here listening too. Happy Caturday. Love listening. I'm in Pittsburgh. Ah, you're in Pittsburgh? That's a totally different, like Pittsburgh and Philly are complete opposites too. But welcome to Caturday. Thanks for listening in. Fergie was always the Jerry Lewis of the Dean Martin. You think? Nico, you think that? I don't think that were they close? I just always thought she was weird. Come on, Kim, get your shirt together. Pull it down. Whatevs. They get taxpayer funds, and all she does is suffer face. So Foodie doesn't like all of them, like Foodie and Roz aren't on like government assistance. I think Roz is trying to get her diagnosis. She wants to be sick so bad. I think she's trying to get a diagnosis to get the disability. But the other ones, they just get fed. You have cousins in Philly? They just they get money for eating on camera. I'm gonna go magic basket shopping with her. Magic basket shopping with her. For which one, Brad? Roz or Foodie? Yeah, I love Scooty Beauty. So the thing with that is that Chantal has personality. Like she can be fun, but she goes in cycles. Like she'll be fun and goofy one day, and then the next day she's all depressing, and then the next day she's raging. So I like fun Chantal and I like raging Chantal because she tells on herself all the time. Like, while she's being boring, she's like pretending that she's not doing stuff. And then when she rages, she tells on herself. And we're like, yeah, we knew that. And then gets mad because we were right. Beauty, I don't care for the others. She doesn't actually want to be sick. She just wants a diagnosis that will get her disability. Yes, that's what I think. That's what I think, Drew. I think she just wants, and it's disgusting. Kimmy, that's how Andrew met Fergie, through Di getting picked for Charlie. Oh, okay. Yes, it's still going. It's not going to be going for long, but it's still going. She's still trucking along. At least she's going out and doing stuff, Like when we did the car beeses, that was always fun. She left us in the car for a long time while she was in the store. And then you never knew what she was coming out of the store with. Like one time she came back and she was going in for like brushes and came out with a bong. Like a very long bong. When she was ripping on the bong, that was it. Anyway. Clearwater, Florida would be great to crash on Rose. Brad, did you see her? Like all of our laundry's there and there was mouse poop in our laundry. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. And I don't think she's in Clearwater. I think she's in like the Tampa Bay area. She just said it the other night. You're going to California, Canada? Oh, thank you for becoming a member. Chocolate cake. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Enjoy your emojis. We have Caturday themed and royal themed emojis here because we talk about the royals. Hello again, Harley. Hello again. Even though, remember, Jersey. Okay, I'm lost. You're the only YouTube channel that I watch, the Eagles and Cats. So it's a community called Girl World. And there's there was two women who were of, very large size. And they're just problematic. Like they're dramatic. It's drama. It's like a drama thing, right? We just follow the story. And then some other girl came in, like busting down the door in Girl World, like the Kool-Aid man. And she's just completely problematic and just, a trauma dumper and all that stuff. So, like, nobody really enjoys her. We just, like, what the hell is she going to say now? Anyway, I don't want to drag innocent people in. Look at what I did to Ocean Tide, right? Tater got out quick enough, but Ocean Tide's now knee deep into the girl world. And Jersey peeked in and Brad peeked in. 27 months. You've been here too long. Shush. Shush. We want you to be here. You love it here. K9, I haven't been over there because the Michelle's back. I can't do the Michelle. And I fall asleep, Ask Mr. Kazi. He's not even done work before I'm asleep. So anyway, you don't need to know, Nico. It's bad news bears. I mean, I'm trying to get people in at work to watch, right? So listen, Kate went out for her first solo tour. Her first solo tour in 4 years. The last time they said it was like 2022 that she went on a trip, like a royal engagement trip. So she went solo over there to Italy. Now Meghan is filled with rage over Princess Catherine's hit first solo tour in 4 years. Why wouldn't it be? I'm definitely not girl. Brad, you are worthy. You're worthy of everything. Why wouldn't it be a hit? Like, why wouldn't her going to Italy be a hit? Who? The only people I know that don't like Catherine is Meghan and Harry. I can't with her either. So, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has reignited tensions with Meghan Markle after winning widespread praise for what royal insiders told Radar Online. Now, I mean, this is Radar Online, but the rumors are true. Told Radar Online she told Radar Online it was carefully choreographed display of fashion diplomacy. Holy shit. Oh my God. During her first solo tour overseas in 4 years, the 44-year-old future queen traveled to Reggio Emilia, Italy. Probably butchered it. Earlier this week for her first major solo foreign engagement since 2022, using the high-profile visit to promote early childhood initiatives while showcasing a series of British fashion labels. Now, Kate has always done that. Kate's always promoted the local fashion industry. So why are you pissed off, Meghan? Why are you pissed off? Because she looks great in cornflower blue? You could never. Let's show this. Let me show you the outfit. It's kind of blurry, though. It's kind of blurry. There she is. And that's a bag that looks like a Birkin, but it's totally not a Birkin. Not a Birkin at all. This is when she first arrived. I saw like her getting out of the car. Everybody was freaking out. And at the end of the line, before she went into this building on these stairs here, she saw there was a young girl, not like she was late teens, 20s, I would imagine. She was standing on, oh, she is definitely the future queen. She was standing at the ends of the line, and Kate went over to her. And again, like she was special needs. And she was talking to Kate and everything. And then she asked Kate if she could have a hug. So, Kate hugged her, which normally she doesn't hug unless they're like small children. So she gave her a hug. And then the girl started to, kept talking, and she was fidgeting with her phone. And Kate took a selfie with her, which is a royal no-no. You're not supposed to be taking selfies. But she took a selfie with her and then hugged her again. I think that was so awesome. That girl, listen, if I got a hug from Kate, we'd never stop talking about it. I'd pop on camera and say, "Do you remember when I got hugged by Kate?" And it would never, ever, I would never end. I would never stop talking about that. Oh my God, I'm a girl crush. So she arrived wearing a cornflower blue Edeline Lee suit paired with a Holland Cooper blouse and Asprey handbag, prompting renewed discussion about the starkly different ways senior royal women approach clothing, celebrity, and commercial branding. The comparisons come months after Markle, 44, faced howls of criticism during her unofficial Australian tour when outfits worn during the memorial and charity visits were rapidly monetized through commission-based fashion links connected to AI retail platform One Off, in which she is an investor. So this bitch over here is purposely selling the clothes. Kate just wears something and it flies off the rack. And then what really stuck in Meghan's craw was that I have to find a picture of it. What really stuck in her craw was that everybody was talking about her like Cartier watch that she was gifted like in the beginning stages of her relationship with William, and that's the only watch that she wears. It's a $5,000 watch. It's from Cartier. So like you can have like, $100,000 watch, I can imagine. Like Rolex, they're expensive. But she just wears the sporty Cartier watch. And then she had like an $8 bracelet on that, was on the same hand as the rest. And everybody's going on about this $8 bracelet. But this is like she's going to be the future queen who has access to close to $1 billion worth of jewels, and she's wearing a little ribbon bracelet for $8. And like Meghan Markle's going on and on about it. Shut the frig up. Just shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Nobody wants you around. Nobody wants you around, Meghan. So she's going on and on because she was, a source close to Markle told us Meghan is said to be absolutely furious about the comparisons being drawn between her and Kate because she feels the palace and royal insiders are once again using Catherine's public image to subtly undermine and embarrass her on the world stage. No, sweetie, you do that all on your own. You do that all on your own. Like that outfit that she wore that mimicked the Holocaust uniform. You do that on your own. Sorry, I choked on air. She is jealous. From Megan's perspective, every time Kate steps out for one of these carefully orchestrated tours, the narrative immediately becomes about dignity, duty, elegance, while Megan gets painted as a frame hungry or overly commercial. That's that's your doing. You do that. You do that. So what's Kate supposed to do? Just come out in like a hefty bag? Because she'll pull that off too, and then you'll be pissed because you know, she's wearing a hefty bag. What? I'm not allergic to Megan. I'm just saying that she's just her attitude. She was never elegant. She was never graceful. She was never ever going to be regal. Let's just face it. And then when she realized that she wasn't any of those things, she was not polished, she became the victim. She's the Roz of the royal family, only not as heavy. The insider added, what has especially irritated Meghan is the growing suggestion that Kate uses fashion for public service while Meghan supposedly monetizes everything she touches. Facts, and now you're monetizing your children by putting out candles that supposedly smell like Archie and Lilibet. Really? And you're not letting everybody see the kids? You're purposely keeping them from their like infamous family. She feels that criticism is deeply unfair because she believes she's simply adapting to life outside the royal institution and building financial independence in a modern way. But she's aware that Catherine's Italy tour has reignited this image of the perfect future queen, quietly promoting British diplomacy. Diplomacy, Kim. While Meghan is portrayed as somebody turning royal style appearances into business opportunities, and it has her left raging. The frustrations of Meghan is said because Kate's tour has generated exactly the kind of glowing international coverage Meghan has always hoped for on her own overseas appearances. Instead, Meghan's Australian trip became overshadowed by conversations about affiliate links, designer labels, and commercialization. And insiders say she hates the implication that Kate somehow represents authenticity and restraint while Meghan represents celebrity branding and monetization. I can't go on with this. I can't go on with this article anymore because guess what? I'm getting pissed because I didn't really read the article. I usually just read them with you. I Google stuff before we come on. What is wrong with that? Like a tabloid article that's pure facts. Pure facts. Yes, Ocean candles. She's like an Archie and a Lilibet candle. As soon as she came home from Australia, she launched those candles. Go back what I was doing. Take a sip of water. I did. I had to mute. Yeah, that was an aggressive cough. I covered my mouth though. Well, gee, why would people paint her like? Listen, the whole thing is that it's definitely Megan's. That's her MO. And they're over there like broke as can be. They're scrambling. He lost the security, like the security shit again, because is it this summer or next summer? The Invictus Games is going to be in Birmingham. So he's trying to get the security because his his foundation or his charity is going to be in Birmingham this year. So he's trying to get the security back. He's not getting. You're not a royal. You're not a working royal. You don't get security. And let's face it, they're not going places without anybody, like any security anyway. He just wants the flight of cars and because he wants to appease his wife because that's what she wants. But she's not elegant and graceful enough to be a working royal. She's a disaster. And I said it. That is my opinion. You're a disaster. Anything Di wore was copied because, like Kate, she was loved. It isn't for profit. No, Kate's always been about nature, about the industries because she wants to, reignite that passion into young children. Because let's face it, there's a lot of like AI stuff and software and computer and IT. Like, we need people to do the trades. Like, people don't understand. We need welders. We need pipe fitters, and the textiles over there. So she's like, that's her passion. Little children and the textiles. She's not doing it to sell outfits. She never has. It's the Kate effect, just like we have the Charlotte effect. There is no Meghan effect. There's no Meghan effect. Meghan is trying to get the effect, but it's not happening. I should have gone to dental hygienist. Well, Jarella, I mean, they are here in this area making upwards of $62 an hour. Yeah. I thought about it like way back in like 1999 and 2000. I probably should have done it too, but here I am being driven crazy. We do need the traits, that's for sure. So speaking of the Italy tour, now they're talking about her next tour, which is going to be with William. This time her and he are going out. But it's said that having just completed her first royal overseas tour to Italy since her cancer diagnosis, Princess Catherine might already be setting her sights on her next major international venture. Rumors are swirling that Princess of Wales will soon join someone very close to her heart for a high-profile, emotionally charged tour to a special global destination. This upcoming trip, tied to a prestigious global initiative, could include both celebratory milestones and highly sensitive diplomatic engagements. Kimia did it. While official plans remain under wraps, royal insiders hint that this highly anticipated tour promises to be truly unforgettable experience. Where is that? Her and William um, are said to be visiting India for his thing, for his 2026 Earthshot Prize Awards. You know, that's his like Invictus Games. So she's supposed to be going to India. Last year he went to Brazil. They were in Brazil for the ceremonies. So yes, wandering 62 an hour. So they're not really putting too many details out there because of all the stuff that's going on over in the Middle East, you know, with the conflicts and stuff like that. But that's what's rumored to be, you know, that she might be going to India with him. They were in India back in like 2016 or something like that. And she was elegant and graceful and tasteful and dressed like she just did in Italy. She dressed in Italian designers. And then she goes over there and she dresses, you know, how like she fits in. That's what she does. So Megan, kiss grits. There you go. I hate this. I hate the pop-ups. I'm going to show you the bracelet everybody is freaking out about. Get her with a little magnifying glass. She's so freaking cute. I love her. She's looking at the piece of wheat through a magnifying glass. But this is the bracelet that they're talking about. This little tiny fabric bracelet. What's wrong with that? Why is everybody talking like negatively about it? The hell's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with it. But this watch she's had for years. It's a personal piece and she loves it. She said that she doesn't need anything other than that. It's like her ring. Those two pieces of jewelry have always been hers. Anyway, that's the bracelet that they're talking about. People are wild. All right, now on to the pictures, and then we're going to go because I have all kinds of prepping to do. This was last week when they had the garden party at Buckingham Palace. I didn't know that 8,000 people attended the palace grounds for this garden party. If it's cute and she likes it, who cares? I know. But they're breaking her stones. And then Markle over there, she's got to have the Rolex. She needs to have the Louis Vuitton. I know he does. Every year they do the top hat. It's cute. So that was her. Now they did the party, the garden party. And then Sir David, is it Attenborough? He turned 100, so they celebrated his 100th birthday. Attenborough. That's close. And this is like when they were little, they were, you know, they've always been close to him. So there's that. They celebrated his birthday, and there's a new royal ship that was launched, and Catherine did the naming ceremony, and they named it after Sir David Attenborough. There's more of him. Your wisdom, kindness, and dedication, and for reminding us always of the wonder of the world we call home. So, there's more garden party stuff. Megan could never do this. I'm sorry, but she could never, ever do this. No, that's cute. Did I wear that? Oh, I'd love to be I'd love to be at a garden party. So he's out there doing, you know, public appearances for mental health. Proud to open the latest center for James place today, marking the start of the Mental Health Awareness Week. James Place UK are a national self-delete prevention network founding partner, and this new center will offer free life-saving support to men in crisis here in Birmingham. Now he's up there doing that in the Birminghams. This is, I don't look, this is her name. Pleasure to meet with Queen. Just, take it from there. You see her name, because we're not trying to pronounce that. I like William too. I like William. So he met with them at the palace. And this is her in her Italy thing. This is their official Instagram. Looking forward to a special trip to Reggio Emilia in Italy with early childhood, aiming to come to a greater understanding of how we can raise the whole child, supporting healthy balance in mind, body, and spirit. Our earliest relationships and environments cultivate the special and emotional skills which become the golden thread of lifelong well-being. And here, the Reggio Emilia approach has become a world-leading approach to learning, encouraging children on how to live connection. Brad, are you leaving? You take care of yourself. Spark plugs. Well, spark plugs matter. So, these are the pictures, videos. I'd love to visit Italy. It looks like, amazing. Oh, little rain boots. That's cute. There she is in her little corn blue outfit again. That was her first day. She was only there 2 days. I love this picture. I thought this was a different day, but whatever things she's in, like the lights and everything like that, turned it purple. I love that picture. She's making clay and she's making pasta. She's the wannabe would do it for money making. She was just busy doing her stuff when she was making the pasta, and she was using the pasta maker. The handle fell off and she was she just giggled about it. Look at her. All the kids love her. Oh, look at that baby's face. You have to be a special kind of person look at that baby. That baby don't have any idea what's going on or who she is. And look at how happy that baby is around her. That's an amazing photo. Aw, if that was my baby, I would frame that and I would give it to them on at their bridal shower or something. I didn't see that photo. Aw, that's adorable. She's the nature queen. There she is joining the morning assembly. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Listening as children share what they want to explore, build, and discover together as part of the Reggio Emilia approach. So she, played in the garden. Look at the little things. That is not selling stuff. That is her being Kate. Love her. There she is making the pasta. That's not, they didn't show that when the thing fell off. Kate has a gift with children like Diane. She listens. Yeah. So that was her tour. She's got the kids. And then William was giving out awards in Windsor. People that deserve the recognition. And then finally this week, check this out. This week, and then we're done. We're out of here. I promise we're out of here. The king did his speech before the government and parliament and all that stuff. They're soft launching the digital ID. He's soft launching it in the UK. They're under distress over there in the UK. Their country is falling apart. And now he wants to do the digital ID. It's coming, folks. It's coming. And if you're godly, Stephanie, enjoy your home, your housewarming party. Thanks for stepping in. Hopefully we see you tonight. If not, I understand. If you're godly, we're supposed to pay attention to stuff. So I believe that might be the mark of the beast. So just pay attention to what they're making you do. My opinion, allegedly conspiracy theory. What I read from the Bible. So be careful out there, folks. If the UK, because he was just here in the United States, you don't know what the hell they were talking about. You don't know what's going to happen. They'll be rolling it out over there and then, telling us we got to do it. There's no way, never no way I would put a chip in myself or get like that. No, you don't have to show like your birth certificate or your social. Like it's going to be digital ID. So it's easier to steal someone's identity, I guess. I don't know. Just pay attention to what's going on. That's all I got to say. All I got to say, just be on the lookout. We will be shown. We will be shown. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to go boil pasta so I can make my pasta salad and get that in the fridge so it can marinate and be good for tomorrow. I got to chop a lot of vegetables. But please join us tonight. Bye. Please join us tonight if you can. Over there, a couple questions. I'll send everything out in the Discord as well. Talking about the Murdaugh case. Mr. Kazi's very excited. So we will see everyone later on tonight at 7. If not, I will definitely catch you in a live stream somewhere. More probably talking about Ross. Bye.